Welcome to NB Accountant. This is another episode on our series Introduction to Excel. We're going to be taking on different Excel formulas and functions that help make your accounting and data analysis journey easier and simple. First of all, we're going to be reviewing absolute referencing and mixed referencing, something that we already treated in our previous video. So if you did not watch it or you don't understand it yet, click above to check out that video. Just to review what we've already talked about on absolute referencing, we're going to carry out this particular work. So now, looking on the screen, we have names of people and then we have their scores in a particular exam, and the max is over 100. So now we want to calculate the percentage that each of them got out of 100. This is Bisola, Femi, Eniola up to Comfort, and then this is the amount that this is the score that they scored in a particular exam. We want to calculate the percentage for this, and if we are told that the max score is 100. So to do this, we're just going to do equal to clicking on 46, which is the score for Bisola, divided by the max score, which is 100, and press enter. So it's going to give us 0.46. So now you can format these cells and change it to percentage. So it gives us 46%, and you can reduce the amount of decimal showing, because it's showing right now, it's showing 46.00%. So you can reduce the decimal by 2, and now it's just showing 46%. Now you can autofill this. Autofilling this, if you look at this formula now, is the next formula is showing B6 over B5. And that's wrong because we want each of these scores to be over 100, which is the max score. So now we have to lock it just like we treated absolute referencing. So we're just going to come back here and then we're going to click on B4, which is the cell name for the grand total, and we're going to lock it. So pressing function F4 locks that particular cell, and now we can autofill it. And now everything is accurate, 46%, 82%, up to 51%. So that's just a basic rundown of what absolute referencing is. Now, this next slide, we're going to talk about mixed referencing. So the mixed referencing, this is when a formula is partly absolute and partly relative. So now we're going to do something like that now. So what we have on the screen is like a multiplication table, right? We're multiplying 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 with 1 to with 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. You are multiplying the rows and the columns together. An easy way to do this one way without repeatedly doing for each column is to use mixed referencing. Using mixed referencing is just doing equal to, we're multiplying our row by our column. So we're going to do $ B6 multiplied by C $5. So when you do this, you now autofill the whole table, and everything is appropriately multiplied. So now this is called mixed referencing because of we did not absolutely lock a particular cell name. We locked it partially so that it can still move, right? So that it can still move to the next particular cell. Sum if is basically calculating the sum of a particular type of thing, right? Let's say we're given a list of books, and then some are blue, some are red, some are yellow, some are green, and we're asked to calculate what is the total of blue books, or how many blue books are there. So that's basically what sum if is. You are summing a particular thing that has a particular criteria, right? So now looking at the data that we have in our Excel on our screen, the question is to calculate the cost of Blu-ray, right? So basically from the data we can see names or titles of movies and then the format of this particular movie. So we can see Knives Out and has a format of Blu-ray, My Spy with Blu-ray, Star Wars DVD. We can see the date it was purchased, we can see the rating of that movie, and we can see the cost that was paid. So now they were asked to calculate the cost of Blu-rays, right? So on a normal sum, if we were just asked to calculate the sum of all the costs, we just use sum and then total all the costs that is here. But this one, the sum if makes it relate to a particular criteria. So we're not just adding all the costs, but we're adding the cost that relates just to Blu-ray. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do equal to sum if. Then our range is going to be this where we are going, the place we are picking the criteria from. Our B is our range. So our comma, then you put a comma, and then the criteria is Blu-ray. So you can either tap on Blu-ray or you can write it out. So writing that, you have to put a quotation mark and then write Blu-ray the same way it is written in the particular column. Then you close your quotation mark and then you put a comma. Then the sum range, obviously we are trying to find the costs of Blu-rays, right? So if we're finding the cost of Blu-rays, the sum range is going to be the cost paid. So we're going to click on E and then close our bracket. Give us 135. So we can now still format this cell to currency. So it shows 315 naira. Or you can also do this by doing sum if, selecting B, which has different criterias, comma, you now tap on a cell that has Blu-ray, the particular criteria you want, then comma, then you select E, which is your sum range, your costs, and then you close your bracket, and it still gives you your 315. Change this to currency. So now, if you want to calculate the sum of DVD, sorry, the cost of DVD, we're still going to use the same method. So it's going to be equal to sum if the range, which is B, comma, Blu-ray. Sorry, this time around we're doing for DVD. So you select the cell that has DVD, comma, and then the sum range, which is our cost paid, E again, and then you close our brackets and it gives you the cost of DVD, which is 71. So you can change the format into currency to show a naira sign. So that's all for sum if. Sum if is just basically getting the sum of a particular thing that has a particular criteria. So when there are a lot of things that have different criterias, I want to look for just a particular criteria of that thing, use sum if. So if error is just a way of identifying errors in a computer, right? So given the data on the screen, we want to calculate division for column 1 and column 2 equal to B2 divided by C2. And then we're going to autofill this. We can see that some of this data that we divided are not possible. Like the division is not possible because the denominator, either the denominator was not there or the value that was there is not a value that can be divided. If error is just a way of identifying this error, so that if somebody is working on the data, they can know that okay, this was not, the division was not possible to carry out in this particular cell because the data there was not possible. So doing that, we're going to do equal to if error b column 1 divided by column 2, comma. So you now put whatever you wanted to show if there was an error in the division. So let's say I wanted to show 0, so I'll put 0 and then I close my bracket. So when I autofill this, now it shows 0 where the division was not possible. I can also program it to show a particular word if if the division was not possible, if the function carrying out was not possible. So if error column 1 divided by column 2, comma. So I can put it to show error. Now when I autofill this, it shows error where the division was not possible, where the particular formula was not possible to carry out.